here on IceTime.TV for our midweek catch-up with Devils player coach Andrew Lorden. Andrew, coming off a good weekend, but first of all, it might be worth doing a medical report. How are the walking wounded right now?
Yeah, I think we got some healthy and we replaced them with a few more sick. So yeah, it's been kind of a coach's nightmare this week with the GB guys obviously away, and then a few other guys not able to practice too much. So it'll be a short week of preparation. Hopefully we'll have everyone tomorrow, and then we'll set sail, and we'll just have to get it done on the weekend.
I was going to ask you about GB because we've talked about it before. You're a supporter of the GB program. If in terms of leaving a legacy, it's something you might like to get involved with later on down the road. But right now, you're coach of the Cardiff Devils, and you've got some players away this week with a triple header coming up. So mixed feelings right now.
I mean, I love the whole national thing. I think that's very important. I think it's good that they're taking a step towards having the practice week, with some exhibition games, because every other country does it. That's kind of what I'm used to. When I was in Germany for a year, we actually had a couple Olympic breaks or qualifying breaks or whatever you want to call them, and so those were good. And I think it's good that the program's taking that on, and I'm sure it'll be great for development and good to get those guys together. Also nice to see the added depth, probably 45 guys taking part this week, so that'll be good. And I'm excited to watch, guys like Chris Jones and Thomas Murdy tonight here in Cardiff. And on our side of things, I would love a couple more practice days, especially with 3 games and 3 nights, but it is what it is. And fortunately, I think it's late enough in the year now where most of our details and systems are in place, and at the same time we're playing pretty quality hockey right now. So I think the biggest thing is getting rested and recovered, and just having a full squad ready to go.
A lot of the Devils GB representatives we tend to talk about quite a bit in our post-game and pre-game interviews, but Chris Jones probably deserves a special mention, making his debut tonight for GB. He's come on leaps and bounds in your tenure as player coach. Good role play, kills penalties. Some special words for him?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for him tonight. I know he's really pumped, or he was pumped to get the call, and I'm sure he's even more excited right now, getting ready for his nap probably right about now. But it'll be good to see him. He has a ton of speed, great teammate, good work ethic. He's definitely added a lot of elements to his game. He's improved his shot dramatically. I think his hands have gotten better, and even his high end speed, I think he's even taken that up another level or two the last year or two here. So lots of good things to say about him, and excited for him, and as well as Merds.
We talked about it a little bit on the weekend after the Belfast game, but reflecting now with a few days distance and gap, those 4 points on the weekend against Manchester and Belfast, going into a smaller ice pad against a very talented team, and picking up a big win in Manchester, and then coming up against a potential title contender on a Sunday night and taking a 5-2 win. That was a big weekend for the Cardiff Devils.
I think it was huge. I think a lot of people, or a lot of teams, everyone around the league, I'm sure, underestimates that Manchester group. But that's, just like you saw our home record, it's a tough place to play, and I'm very happy with coming out of there with 2 points. As exciting as we made it towards the end, we got the job done, which is the most important thing. And then Sunday, I was definitely happy. It probably wasn't overall our best game by any means, but we had some glimpses of very good stuff, and to get the lead there and then to respond after we gave up 2 quick ones and kind of steady the ship was good to see as well. And like you said, against a top team, it's always good to grab 2 points.
I know with Asselin out on the weekend, both Bordelot and Doucette moved up, but in commentary we've been talking about that continuity of lines that you've started to establish with maybe Martin, Morissette and Asselin going, and now yourself with Ulmer and Bentavolio, Doucette finding a home with her dad, and Myers on the third line. Is that continuity helping you guys build?
I think it's been huge. I think it was a big transition. For probably, I'd have to look back, but maybe about 10 games or so, it was mainly the Martin line for sure. And then all of a sudden, the last, probably since the winning streaks happened, we've had scoring from 3 or 4 lines. Even our other lines with Briner and Bordy have chipped in there, and Pigs got one in Brayhead, and so that's huge. It's such a good league now. You need multiple lines going. Obviously, with the sickness here and some things, it switches the lines up, so it makes my decisions even harder. Rather than, it's nice when you're on a winning streak, things are just rolling. But now we got some tough decisions here in the next 24, 48 hours. But I think whichever way we go, we're very confident, and I think all lines will be firing.
You turn your attention now to the triple header against Edinburgh, Dundee, and Fife this weekend. 3 good teams, 3 improved teams, 3 teams with depth. We know Edinburgh will bring size and speed on a big ice pad. Dundee have a depth of scoring, and Fife's always a fun place to go. So what are your thoughts ahead of the weekend?
Yeah, it's tough. It's really hard. I was trying to get that message across to the new guys that haven't played. It is a completely different animal going up there for 3-3, and Edinburgh was really impressed with their game, and I'm sure they'll be even better on home ice. They're very well rounded. They have some speed. They really play well in transition and off the rush there, and their goalie obviously has had a tremendous season so far. Dundee, we've seen them. They compete very hard. They have probably even more speed. So we're gonna have to play physical and stick to our game plan there. And then, like you said, Fife. Again, they probably have 6 forwards there that can really produce offensively. Well-rounded team. They're well coached, and that rink. Probably other than the BBT or our new home here is one of the most exciting rinks to play in.
This next question might be a no comment straight back from you, but did Thomas Murdy's form lately give you a little bit of relief that Ben Bounds, perhaps having played for GB this week, doesn't have to do 3 games up in Scotland?
We'll see. Yeah, it'll be a tough decision. I think last weekend was even a tougher decision for me. You didn't ask me that question last week, but probably should have. It was hard. I think we were even leaning towards Merds a little bit there, but going back into Manchester, the small rink, that sort of gave Boundsy the leg up, I guess, so to speak, just with being in that same exact rink for 2 seasons here in Cardiff. But it's tough. It's a good problem to have, and it's nice because they're really on the same page. They're great team guys. It's not like we have one good team guy and then another guy that doesn't really care about the team or anything like that. Whatever decision we make, I know they'll support it and they'll do their best.
With the 3 games in 3 nights, we know from spending a little bit of time around the rink that your attention to detail is key. How will you bear down on the guys in terms of rest and recuperation between those games?
Yeah, I mean it's hard. It's a quick turnaround. Just little things after the game, the next day as well. Aside from that, it's just try not to overload them with too much information. We do like a lot of detail here, but with 3-3, you really just you got to make sure the guys are in the moment and playing their game and keeping everyone confident. And I think that's something I've probably learned here after doing this a few times now.
Just to sort of round up the first couple of months of the season, really, you've signed your new contract. The Devils are top of the league. The Challenge Cup qualification after a rocky spell, it looks like it's back in your hands. How would you mark the season so far?
It's good. Yeah, it's a good start. It's really all it is. I think this team is a lot better hockey in front of us, which is exciting. I see things in our game that we can improve on, and we're going to work really hard to do that. And I think, I definitely think our best hockey's to come. That being said, it's a long season, and I don't think everything we've done so far means much. It's positive, it's good, but we got to keep going here.
Well, Andrew, you keep going by going to Scotland for the weekend. 3 games in 3 nights. We wish you the best of luck, and as ever, thanks for joining us on IceTime.TV.
Thanks.